Hi Year 7, thanks for joining my class today. We will be continuing on with our multimedia unit, and I'd like to actually start a new unit with you, which is looking at starting up your own business. Now, your business will actually be a design company. Remember, multimedia is all about different types of media that you can use, media technology. So we're incorporating video, graphics, sound, etc. This first assignment I really enjoy doing is because you establish your business, which is a design multimedia business, and it will then lead on to your future assignments. So some of your other assignments that you will complete is designing a party, including an invitation that you'll produce for your client, and then a multimedia story/movie. So in order to get to those assignments, we first start off at looking at creating a multimedia business. And one of the first things we look at with creating our multimedia business is designing a logo and a business name. So this lesson is all about exploring the design of logos and how they, show off a business and what their business actually means. So let's take a look, shall we? And so our learning intention for today is to understand how logos are created and the meaning behind logos. That will help you establish a logo for your multimedia business. Our success criteria for today is for you to be able to create your own logo. And also, I'd love for you to be able to explain what makes a good logo. So let's take a look at our tasks. Firstly, go to our Canvas page, which is called Logos and Business Names, and you'll be looking through the Google Slides that I've made available to you. That will explain the process of making logos, as well as the meaning behind logos. So do read through that document and see all of the interesting things you can find about logos. Now, after you've read through those Google Slides, your first activity is to have a little bit of fun with logos. Let's put our knowledge to the test when it comes to logos. I know certainly one of the games that I've played before is the logo board game. I wish I could send you a copy of that over to you to have a play with. So I thought the next best thing we could do was actually create a Kahoot based on logos. So although it's a little hard to have a Kahoot all together as a class online, I thought it might be a great idea for you to get into groups, or you might do this individually and create your own Kahoot that looks at logos. So simply Google Kahoot and create your own account. And what you'll want to do is create a Kahoot that looks at logos and challenging people to guess the logo. So be creative in how you want to do that. You might have, half the logo and say, oh, what logo is this? And people can choose from multiple choice. What would be great is if you could get together in your own FaceTime chats or even on your own Zoom chats and see if you can have a bit of fun playing around with that Kahoot as a group. So let me know how you go with that. I'd love to see if people are able to get together and play Kahoot online. In addition to the Kahoot, if you've got some time or you really enjoyed that, I have provided a link on our Canvas page within Activity 1, and it is a link to guessthelogo.com. So you can have a bit of fun at guessing those logos. And when you are looking at those logos, it'd be great for you to think about the concepts that I presented in our Google Slides in regard to how logos are created, the hidden messages in them, and the way that they are designed. All right, so once you're up to task 2, you will actually be creating your own logo, and I'm calling this the Logo Design Challenge. So you'll want to consider the important elements of a logo and what makes them memorable. And what you're going to do is actually create a logo that represents you as a person. Now, I do have some criteria for you to follow. First one being you must create a logo design that reflects and represents you as a person. So think about how perhaps people might describe you. Maybe you're really cheerful and happy, so you might be using lots of bright colors and smiley faces perhaps. Follow the logo design process. Now, I've outlined that on our Canvas page. That does include researching and brainstorming other logos and what they stand for. Sketching out ideas. Now, I've asked you to do about 5 sketches. They can just be very rough sketches. We're not Picassos. We're just doing rough sketches at this time. You'll notice we'll do a lot of rough sketches in this subject. You can then prototype and conceptualize. So what that means is, out of those sketches that you have done, which one do you think suits you best and would be the best one to reproduce? So you then will use software. So it might be using Keynote, PowerPoint, Canva.com, whatever you feel comfortable using to create your own logo. You can also draw your own logo, and you can take a picture of that and pop it up onto your computer as well. And if you email me, I can give you a hand at converting that into a picture file. So they're the processes that you'll follow. Now, just a few other things. Remember to keep it simple. It shouldn't be too visually distracting. Of course, again, those sketches are really important, and then your final design. So I challenge you to create a logo that represents you, and that's the logo that you'll actually use as your multimedia company throughout this term. So I really hope you'll enjoy that task.